Hey, no wonder you got a YouTube channel.
Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for clicking on the video. That first clip you saw, that was just a random guy I ran into in one of the first interactions really on my PC. Thought it was funny, threw it in. I was complete trash. I guess he thought I was for some reason better, but anyway, let's get into it. The main reason I switched from console gaming all my life over to PC gaming just recently is that I've been obsessed with first-person shooter games. Started with Call of Duty, slowly moved on to games like Battlefield, Battle Royales when Fortnite came out, and now, as you see in the background, Apex Legends, which is amazing. I felt like I hit a point where I really peaked, like couldn't get too much better, and I was just, I felt stuck, and I really wanted something else to get me out of that vibe. So PC gaming's always in the back of my mind, being a leap I wanted to take, but just wasn't really sure how to take it, or like, if it was the right time. And slowly, more of the friends that I did have on, console slowly started to get PCs or got out of gaming, and I just kind of either lost the community to PC or lost them to their lives. So I figured it was a good time to make the switch for myself, instead of being stuck there trying to please everyone, get a PC, and I haven't looked back since. Having said that, it hasn't all been smooth and it does take time to get used to. Part of this is really about the PC you build and the peripherals you choose. So let's start talking about that. The PC I chose to build is not insanely beefy, but it's a pretty beefy build. It has a GTX 1070 with 8 whole gigabytes of VRAM, which is a lot if you know anything about that. It also has an i7 770K CPU and 16 gigabytes of RAM. The actual specs will be in the description below if you do care to look. So will timestamps to everything I'm talking about in this video, so if you are looking for something specific, whether it be the giveaway, tips, or how to improve, check the description below and you will not be disappointed. The PC you do choose to end up building or buying isn't the number one factor though, at the end of the day. It's all about your aim, and it's all about how comfortable you can be with your keybinds and in-game settings. So personally, I'm playing on 400 DPI on the mouse, and in Apex Legends, if you check the description, all my in-game settings will be on screen. Well, not on screen, but in the description, you understand. The DPI isn't too big of a deal. Most people try and keep it under about 1200. There's extensive guides online or pro player setups, whatever. Don't try and copy your pro player, but definitely use them as guidelines. One of the funny things about actual in-game settings with PCs, like everyone talks about how crazy the graphics are. If you are looking to be serious in like Battle Royale games, for instance, turning down the actual graphic options is kind of what people will do. Turning down your shadows so you can see people in little niches, turning down actual like shrubbery so you can see people going prone in bushes. Like, it's crazy how you buy this to look amazing, but then you turn all the graphics off so you're back at where you started almost. Having said that, frame rate is a very important factor, and that is probably where PCs will always excel versus a console. When you are looking into buying peripherals, the keyboard that probably comes with the setup that you bought is more than fine to begin with. The money you would have otherwise spent on an RGB keyboard, put that into the nice mouse, right? I'm running a G502, which is a very mainstream mouse, but you can start even lower tier than that, the 402 or the 300S, right? That amazing mouses. I've owned literally all of those, so they're definitely a good starting point. Talking about sensitivity and aim, one of the best tips that I can give you is that from left to right on your mouse pad should be a 360-degree rotation in-game or around that ballpark, varying it where you feel you need to. Coupling this exact technique with an arm aim versus a wrist aim is amazing, and if you don't know what wrist aiming is, that's good because you don't want to. That is how you get arthritis, goddamn. One of the hardest parts from actually switching from console over to PC is getting the mindset that you're no longer a good player. Like, it sounds ridiculous, but going from being a 4 or 5 KD player in these Battle Royale games to maybe getting a kill, maybe getting 2, and probably not getting a win is like one of the hardest things to understand. And especially for me, because I used to use the XIM on PS4. If you don't know what the XIM adapter is, you plug it into your USB port on the PS4, you plug in your keyboard, you plug in your mouse, and it lets you use those on any PlayStation game, any Xbox game without consequences. I used the XIM for probably 3 or 4 months, thinking that everything was going to translate one for one onto PC, and I was so wrong. It did help me with my keybinds, it did maybe help me a little with the aiming, but it definitely didn't help me 100%. You have aim assist on console and a weird rotation limit, accelerator, I don't know what to call it, on console with the mouse aim, so it did not translate how I wanted it to. It definitely helped, and if you do want a XIM of your own, I am giving them away. I said them, but I really meant just one of them. My exact personal one. If you want it, throw your name in the description. Nothing wrong with it. I'll ship it out to you for free. First person to comment gets it. It's as easy as that. If you are looking for like a quick way to improve, there's no overnight method, obviously, right? We're not robots, we can't just program that yet. But obviously, coupled with practice is practicing not your exact battle royale game, but other deathmatch type games. CSGO is now free on the Steam market forever, so there's no excuse not to have CSGO right now. If you go onto the actual Steam workshop, you can download aim maps. There's one called Aimbots Training, and it is absolutely amazing. It has moving targets, it has stationary targets. They spawn 360 degrees around you, so there's no excuse. It helps your flick aim, it helps tracking, it helps everything that you will need to be a great player. I 100% recommend that you download this and you give it a go before your next gaming session, and you will probably, definitely, maybe see results. No, I'm just kidding. You 100% will. Stay to a good schedule. Stay consistent. If you want to improve, you goddamn will improve. Having said this, if you are like super stubborn, like I was at the beginning, stay playing your battle royale game, but just drop hot. Go to the towers. Go to the little blue marker if you're playing Apex. Drop hot, drop hot, drop hot until you can't take any more. And you need a mellow drop. But I mean, if you know, go on a little mellow, maybe you don't belong on the PC. The key to aiming is to stay consistent. So if you're changing games, if you're playing CSGO, if you're playing Fortnite, and then you like, oh, I want to play some Call of Duty, now I want to go back to Apex or PlayerUnknown, doesn't matter the game, just make sure you master the 360 degrees on your mouse pad so you can match that to every single game. Having said this, even though you can match your settings, it's all about gaining muscle memory, and that's going to take time regardless of who you are. Personally, it took me a pretty nice amount of time. You might see results after the week, and feeling the results is one of the best feelings, and I can't say I felt more rewarded than gaming on PC. Seeing myself improve, the graphics, the frame rate, you will not turn back, I promise you that. I've been playing on a 144Hz monitor, and I went back to play COD the other day with some of my buddies on PS4, and it feels like you're watching a slideshow with just a monkey clicking through the slides. It is appalling. But summing this up, PC gaming has been a great switch for me. It allows me to produce content for you guys and ultimately try to improve everyone else at the same rate that I am. See you guys in the next video. Opeak signing out.